Welcome once again. You are in the kitchen with Chef R. Allen, and today I'm doing a mushroom risotto. Yes, that a good simple mushroom risotto. I'm going to show you guys how simple it is to make and how delicious it is with just a few ingredients. We're going to have this on medium to high. I got portobello mushrooms and I got white mushrooms. I like to do both of them in there. Bring this in closer so you guys can see. Then I got my rice, my risotto rice, and I got onions. So right now we're gonna add a little bit of the white and a little bit of portobello mushrooms with a little olive oil. The recipe will be at the bottom of the description as always. We're going to let this cook for a little bit, for a couple of minutes, not long, maybe 2 to 3 minutes. And we'll move this out the way. So we're gonna saute this let this cook for a little bit, and then after about 2 or 3 minutes, I'm gonna put in the bowl with the liquid, because that's going to go back in once I cook the risotto. So we're going to let that cook for a couple of minutes. Bring this in closer so you guys can see it. We're going to let this cook. And then I got my chicken broth. I got my chicken broth on low. We're going to bring this in some. And I got my chicken broth on low. So we let the mushrooms saute for about 2 to 3 minutes on medium high heat. Guys, I mean, it's real easy and delicious to make. And the ingredients is basically just this. You're gonna have some butter, you're gonna have some onions, you're gonna have your rice, some Parmesan cheese, and your mushroom with some chicken broth, and of course some white wine. Let that cook. Oh yeah, let that saute. But like I said, like about 2 or 3 minutes. Then we're gonna set that aside. We're gonna set this aside with the liquid. I'm gonna wipe this skillet because we don't want no fire hazard. So wipe the sides of that. And now, once I got the mushrooms, I'll add just a little tablespoon of olive oil. Oh, I love the smell of mushrooms. And we're gonna hit it with some of these onions and let that saute for a minute, 1 to 2 minutes. Guys, as always, thank you guys for liking and subscribing. Thank you guys for just supporting me. And thanks for all the feedback and everything else that you guys are giving me, the replies, to make my channel better. And thank you guys. Okay, we'll bring this down. And we got this, we're sauteing this one for about a minute or 2. Oh yeah, it's smelling good too. Bring that in closer so you guys can see it. Bring this back. Bring this in. Okay, but like I said, about 1 or 2 minutes, we're gonna throw the rice in and let that cook for a minute. And you want that to coat. You want that to coat the oil to coat all of this. Make sure it's coated. And you want it to cook a little bit. Get the edges brown. Oh man, this is good, guys. I mean, This is easy to make and oh so delicious. I have a friend in Waukegan, Illinois. She always wanted to know how to do risotto, and every time I come to the area, I always get in this hotel, and she's the desk clerk. This is for you, for the hotel in Waukegan, the desk clerk. I'm going to show you. I'm sorry I forgot your name, but you know who you are, and this is how I cook risotto. And she was saying that she was having problems cooking it. So this is how it's cooked. Okay, you want that to brown a little bit. You want to leave it on medium. You want the rice to brown a little bit. And you got the mushrooms. You got the mushrooms with the liquid that's gonna go in at the end with the butter and the Parmesan. Like I said, a couple of minutes with your risotto. We'll do a couple of minutes with the risotto. And you want the edges to get brown, to get golden. Yeah, oh yeah. That's what you want, guys. That's exactly what you want. You want that to cook. And I mean, it's simple. You got your chicken broth, you got your onions, you got your Parmesan, you got the mushroom. I like using both mushrooms. You know, I like the white and the portobello. It's nice. And I just like to get the color and the flavor with both mushrooms. Okay, we bring that in. Okay, we got the rice. Like I said, you got the rice a little brown. We're gonna add a little wine. The recipe be at the bottom of the description, guys. Oh yeah, oh yeah. And you want to cook it so the wine completely absorb. Which it will, believe me. And for those that don't, you know, of course you don't know alcohol or nothing, you don't have to use wine. You're gonna use the chicken broth. Just don't even worry about the wine. Instead of the wine, you'll be throwing in the chicken broth, which I'm gonna throw it in eventually too. You're gonna let this absorb. Get that nice flavor. Oh yes, yes. And see, you're cooking them, and while the rice is while the wine is absorbing, it's cooking the rice. See how absorbed it is. See how quick that was. You want it to fully absorb. And you got your chicken stock on low. You don't want cold stock. And you want that to fully absorb. Constantly stirring. That's the trick. That's the trick to the risotto. Constantly stirring. Now while you got that absorbed, you're gonna add some broth with that. And that's gonna absorb. And you stir that. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Let me get this in so you guys can see. And then watch it absorb. Get it in. And you got this, like I say, this is going to absorb. And then you're going to add a little more broth. Oh yeah. And after you do this and put this in, be about 15, 20 minutes, it'll be ready. You got to constantly stir it. And once it absorbs, you're going to add a little more. Because you got to that's what's cooking the rice. It's the broth and the wine. You got to constantly stir it. This is risotto, guys. And once that fully absorbed, you're going to add another half a cup. And then you're going to let it cook for about 15, 20 minutes. Oh, yeah. And you want the rice tender, but yet firm to the bite. You know, you don't want it mushy because you know it cooks risotto. Once you cook it, you would like to serve it. You know, as soon as you can. So you want it tender, but you also want it firm to the bite. And this is absorbed, and then we're going to add more chicken broth. And after that, it'll be about 15, 20 minutes, and guys, that's it. We're going to let this absorb first, and then we'll add more. And you got it on medium to high heat, but on the last 15 minutes, you're going to just let it simmer in the broth. Then once that's done, then we're going to add the mushrooms, the butter, and the Parmesan cheese. Oh yeah. Okay, that's absorbed. We're going to add another half a cup. You like to add a half a cup at a time, and constantly stirring. And it's going to absorb. And you want to constantly stir. So my friend, I definitely apologize. I forgot your name, and I love to see you when you come to the hotel because you take care of me and my wife. You make sure everything is good when we're in Waukegan. So I apologize, but this is for you. You know who you are. We're going to let that. Oh, yeah. Guys, if you guys could just smell that and bring this in, if you can see it and smell it. And now we're like I said, we're letting this absorb 15, 20 minutes. We're going to let that cook. And you're going to add, and I got Parmesan. We're going to add some Parmesan to it, and butter. Man, and oh, so good. And the mushrooms with the liquid. That's going to give it the flavor. It's a mushroom risotto. Constantly stirring. You want to always constantly stir. And you want the broth to absorb. And you got it on simmering. And you want it to absorb and constantly stir. Oh yes. You got it, like I say, you got it absorbing. The rest of this absorbing 15, 20 minutes. You're gonna take it off the heat. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You're gonna take this off the heat now. I'm gonna cut the heat down. You got the risotto. You got that cooking. Now we're gonna add some butter first. You see that little liquid that's gonna all, evaporate. Throw some butter in there. Recipe will be at the bottom of the description like always. We're going to stir that in. And now once the butter melt, oh yeah, we're going to throw the liquid. We're going to throw the liquid with the mushrooms. Oh God, if you can just smell it. You can just smell it. Put a little Parmesan cheese with it. Now you got the butter, you got the broth, you got it off the fire. You got the Parmesan cheese. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, you can't go wrong with this here. You can't go wrong with this here. Move this out the way. And you got it off the fire. You got the cheese melted, the butter melted. You're constantly stirring it. I'm gonna put it right here in this bowl here so you guys can see it. Oh yes. Oh yes. Yes. Move this over here. As always, clean as I go. And guys, this right here is my mushroom risotto. Also, if you can just smell it. That's my mushroom risotto. Guys, as always, I thank you guys. And like I said, when I'm in Waukegan and I'm at the hotel, this is how you do the risotto. I thank you guys for always checking me out, for liking and subscribing, and definitely your support. Until next time, you are in the kitchen with Chef R. Allen.